Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the September 2023 Zoning Board of Appeals meeting for the town of Carmel. Board members' names are in front of you on the dais. We have Mike Carnazza, Code Enforcement Officer, with us tonight, and Greg Falchetti, Town Attorney, should be on. Greg, can you hear us? Via Zoom. He had a family situation, so he couldn't be here in person. The way we operate is I'll ask you to come up to the dais. I'll swear you in. Explain your situation to us, and we'll ask questions. I will open it up to the public at that time, and for any input or questions. And then when we close the hearing, there is no further input whatsoever from the public. And then by the end of the night, we'll adjudicate and review and discuss and decide on the applications. You can stick around for your decision, or you can find out tomorrow. Mike from, is Dawn in tomorrow?
In the morning, if not, check with me.
Or you can go home and watch it on Channel 95. Verizon, no, Comcast Channel 95 and Verizon Channel 24, which it's streaming live. So will you all please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all. Our first application tonight had requested a holdover. That's Liz and Pat Martin.
So moved.
So I have a second on that?
Second.
All right, so that's held over.
Wait, gotta vote.
Oh, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so moved. Where's my agenda here?
Number 2, John Chen. Here, John.
I got it. Application number 2, John Chang. And
Joel.
representing is Joel
Right.
Greenberg. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Tell me your name and address first for the record, please.
Joel Greenberg, 2 Musket Road, North Mahopac, New York.
Okay, thanks, Joel. Bring us for this. This is a holdover, so.
Correct. Yes, of course, at the last meeting, it was held over for tonight for basically 2 reasons. One, there was no ad put in the newspaper with regard to changing the parking spaces from 10 to 9, so that's been taken care of. And basically, that was the main reason. The board already saw that fact that we're able to add 2 more parking spaces, so that it reduced the.
Joel, just speak into the mic.
it
I'm going
reduced
to
the-
remind everyone to speak into the mic because it's being recorded for minutes. She'll watch the playback and record, so you got to speak distinctly and clearly into the mic if you would, please.
Yes. If you recall, one of the things that was talked about 2 meetings ago was to reduce the parking variance. So we're able to accommodate that by reducing it from 5 down to 3, and by reducing the parking spaces from 10 to 9, that will also help accommodate the additional parking. And basically, it all works now, and if we can move on to the planning board, we would love to do that.
Okay, so it minimized
We minimized the variance.
So that was the
Correct.
important thing. So
And we're able to get the 2 additional parking spaces.
thanks for working with us on that. And
My pleasure.
That's what happened last meeting, John?
Yeah.
It wasn't noticed that they went from 10 to 9-foot wide spaces
Yeah, it was
to get the extra spaces.
misadvertised.
So
Okay.
now they advertise it right, everything should be correct.
And they fixed the spots on our recommendations as well. We asked you to make some changes, Joel, and you did that as well.
Say that again?
We asked you to make some changes, Joel, and you did
Yes,
that as well.
we were, and,
This was
right,
good.
and basically, everything will be restriped
Yep.
to reflect the 9-foot.
Perfect. Any other input from the board members? Any input from the public on this application? I'll look for a motion to close the hearing.
Motion to close.
Do I have a
Second.
second? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
That's all you have, Joel?
Thank you, Joe.
That's it?
Good night, Joel.
All right, application number 3. These are all holdovers.
3 is
It's
not.
Carl and Anita Albano. Good evening, Carl.
Hi, good evening.
State your name and address for the record.
Carl Albano, 7 Albano Ridge, Carmel, New York.
Raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, you went back to the drawing board, I take it, or what happened here?
I just looked at all the information just to go over. Actually, when I was here last time, I was a little bit tired and really didn't speak up, so I just would like to reiterate what I have here. As you know, New York State recognizes the needs for apartments, and I know the planning board is looking at a lot of changes in the zoning. Mixed use, I know square footage is something that's going to come up. This particular property, a building permit was granted for this new home, and unfortunately, the issue came up with the square footage after it was built. I did put the door to the side because I was aware of the fact that if you want an accessory apartment, it should be that way. It's a two-story home. The top is exactly the same as the bottom. It's 2 bedrooms. You know, I live there. I've lived in the community for over 40 years. This isn't an area variance for the size of a building or for parking. It's strictly what's inside the home. This apartment will have no effect on the exterior of the home or any effect on the community whatsoever. Visually, it's the same as all the homes in the neighborhood. This request is based on unique circumstances. The house is already built, and I can't think of a way to make it conform, except to just, you know, close down rooms upstairs, and even that wouldn't work because there's only 4 rooms.
Well, it's still the same square footage regardless.
Same square, yeah.
So it doesn't, I mean,
A permitted-
by the code, it doesn't,
Yeah, a permitted mother-daughter apartment could easily be this size or much bigger. I would ask the board to take into consideration granting this, that there's no detriment to the health, safety, welfare of the neighborhood. It's in a sewer and water district. Basically, the variance would have no impact on the neighborhood. No undesirable change would be affected by this variance. And I'd like to point out, in the neighborhood where I live, we have 2 group homes, medical facility, all in walking distance, 50 condominiums on the corner, 350 condominiums directly across the street from this property. No neighbors showed up to object to this, and I think one of the reasons is the home is 500 feet from any main road. It's barely visible to any homes in the neighborhood. It's on 13 acres. This variance won't affect any change to the character of the neighborhood in any way. Environmentally, basically, what's there would make no difference. Just what I have is a larger apartment that's a little nicer, and I live there, and I wanted it to be a little nicer.
And the good thing is it has to be owner occupied. It's an
Yes.
accessory,
Right,
so it's not,
accessory.
And I've
it's
been
not
there-
that he's renting out 2 separate units, he would only rent one.
And I've been there for 40 years, and I intend to stay. That's why I built the house. I was trying to figure out a way to make it more manageable with my 20-something thousand a year taxes. Another point is I didn't spend a lot of time researching past variances, but I know a variance like this was granted in 2006, April of 27 of 2006. 3,300 square foot house had a variance granted for an 1,800 square foot accessory apartment.
do you have a case?
Yes, I could provide that for you.
Do you have it with you?
Yeah, I do.
Take a look. And that was
I didn't spend a lot of time looking at anything else, but this one popped up for me.
this board?
What's that?
In Town
Yes.
Carmel?
It was April 27, 2006, and it was actually an accessory apartment for a secondary structure on a piece
Just
of property.
speak to the mic.
I'm sorry.
You can take that off and walk with it if
you want to,
to
George.
talk.
Sure. Yeah, it was for 1,800 square foot accessory apartment. Pretty similar to this, except that it was a second building on a piece of
Can
property.
I see it?
Sure.
I believe I was on the board at that time, if it rings a bell.
I
Yeah,
remember this one, Cherry Hill Road.
was it Cherry Hill Road, really?
Is it Cherry Hill?
You
Carl?
are right, sir.
It's Othmer, it's the petitioner. I was on the board. I don't remember what I did 10 minutes ago.
It's funny you remember.
maybe Rose
Funny you
remembers.
remember that. Rose was on it
The
too.
record shows that Rose asked a lot of questions.
I would never.
This board's been together too long. Do you remember it, John?
No, of course not. I was there.
Was Mark the chairman?
Mark was the chair.
So the
it
unit was in
predates
a
me, so.
separate building?
Yeah, it had a separate structure, but it needed the same kind, I'm sorry, thank you. Yeah, it was a separate structure, but it needed an area variance for an accessory apartment.
And you're allowed to have it in a detached structure if it is existing. So if it was built before 1998, it's considered existing and you can put an apartment in.
Yeah, okay.
I would think that my application might be a step better than that, in the fact that it's in one building in a sewer and water district on 13 acres.
Can I keep this?
Sure.
For
Yeah.
the record
Just
here?
for the record. since-
You have copies of it? Just 2 thoughts here. We worry about open Pandora's box with, everybody coming out of the woodwork with a similar situation as this. You know, I understand there was some maybe paperwork faux pas in the building of the house. It was approved as such and whatnot, so, you know, that's working, I think, in your favor. My second thought is the fact that you laid out that there's plenty of property, there's nothing nearby, it's a large acre lot. I think that helps in your favor, and I think, Rose, you made that point last time. So, I mean, some things to ponder as we're, you know,
Yeah, again.
debating here.
Exactly, John. I mean, look, again, you look at the criteria, there's obviously no detrimental impact to the neighborhood because, again, of the land and the situation and everything else. I agree.
Right,
and some
so, I
other
mean,
things.
if you had a neighborhood like Secor, it wouldn't be similar.
Yeah.
It would be, you
Yeah.
know, so this would be judged on its own merits.
Yeah, exactly.
With those factors,
Se-
so.
Several neighbors did call me to ask me what it was about, and when I explained to them, they says, "Well, I don't understand, why would that be an issue?" You know,
Yeah.
it's not,
Because it's the go.
again, visually, in other words, it's not, it doesn't change anything in the neighborhood.
No, not at all. Okay.
And you do have one front door and all the other things.
Yeah, everything else, yeah.
All right, any input from the board?
Just that it's a unique circumstance in that it's on 13 acres. We don't see many like this. So it's very unusual to have a situation like this.
Phil?
No questions, thank you.
No questions, Carl, thank you.
All right, thank you.
No question.
All right, any input from the public on this application? All right, look for a motion to close the hearing.
Motion to close.
Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thanks, Carl.
Next one's held. Next three are held.
Yeah, application of Robert Altiero, they're requesting a holdover. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
John, some of these other ones that are being held over, we have in court. Can we just, I mean, ask them not to keep asking for holdovers on,
I get why they're asking, because of we're missing one board member, and unfortunately, you know, John's out tonight.
Yeah.
We don't know if someone's gonna be out next month. You know, we'll probably get to that point where we're gonna ask them, but until we have a full board, elected board, or
Appointed.
appointed board,
it just stays all our prosecutions, and it's just, some of these things have been going on for months and months and months. That's the
Okay.
only reason I'm
why don't we
asking.
just give them one more month?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not saying this month, I'm saying, but maybe we can try to move them.
Okay, duly noted, Mike.
So maybe that's
It
what we do.
also
Go ahead.
clogs up our agenda. We
Right.
have 13
Yeah.
cases on today. It's going to be, you know,
Yeah, we're never-
close to 20 next time.
Guys, I remember the days we used to have 20 on the agenda, we'd be here till midnight, so I don't think that's.
Now we have cell towers.
So, for application Frank Giordano, number 5, they're requesting a holdover.
So
look for a
moved.
motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Cottage, last one.
Put these,
Yeah. I didn't even bring them.
that's that one. Okay, application number 6, Board de Cottage for interpretation of section 156-15. The applicant owns the parcel upon which the temporary dock is located.
Hold over, hold over.
Oh, this one's
Holdover.
requested holdover?
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks, Silvio. All right, they're
Motion to hold
requesting a
over.
holdover, so do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Just trying to help you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir.
Capelli.
All right, new applications, here we go. Application John and Donna Capelli, seeking a variance for permission to restore property to original property lines, lots 5 and 6, with intention to build on lot 6. The property is located at 16 Brook Street, Mahopac, New York, and it's tax map 64.7-1-16. Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm going to remind you to speak into the microphone, please.
I'm sorry?
Yes, that's good.
Better?
So, state your name and address for the record.
Donna Capelli, 16 Brook Street, Mahopac.
Raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Thank you. Can you bring us through your application?
Okay, so, you know, as it says here, we're requesting that our property gets restored to the original property lines. It's on 2 lots, Lot 5 and Lot 6, on Brook Street and, which is now Maurice Drive. And
So these were merged at one time. one lot.
Yeah, the original property lines, they were two separate parcels at one time.
And they're both half-acre parcels?
I'm sorry?
They were both
Yeah.
half-acre parcels? Okay, so how long ago did that occur?
Oh, I'm not sure. I bought the home in 1982.
So you didn't do it, it was done
No,
by
no,
by
I
the
didn't,
previous
no.
owner? So it predates 1982 at least?
Right.
For sure? Okay, so the intention is to build another
With the
home
intention
there?
to build, if we can. I'm not sure if it's buildable at this point. I have to have tests done, perk tests and all those things
Okay.
done yet.
So this is being referred to the planning board, right, Mike?
No, you would be doing it, it already went to the planning board. They
Okay.
got this as there were two lots there at one time, they merged them together. They're trying to return to original lot lines so that they can now go further and see if they can get a septic approval, well
Right,
approval,
right.
everything else based on what's there.
And they
Right.
can't get those approvals unless we do the split.
They, yeah, I mean, they can get them, but it's not.
Right, I know
it's-
which way, the cart or the horse, right?
Yeah, their hurdle is gonna be making sure that their septic is on their lot also.
Right.
Their well is on their lot, and
Right.
everything works out.
Right.
Oh, we're on a town well there. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
They have that water
Oh, that's
system
town
stoked
water
over there.
Okay. I mean, it's not out of character for the neighborhood. They're all basically half-acre lots. I mean, you can see even on this map with the adjacent properties as well.
Right.
So,
And the
All right.
property on the side of Lot 6 is Lot 8, and that's all wetlands mostly. There's nothing.
yeah, I was up there the
There.
other night. Is there a brook that runs through there?
Yeah, there's a small brook that runs through
Yeah, I
there.
thought I heard some water running.
That's another hurdle that you're gonna have to
Yeah.
jump over.
Yeah, because you'll have to, if you're gonna build a house, you're gonna have to run it by the ECB, and it's probably a lot of controls you'll have to put in if it gets approved, but,
Not for us.
Yeah, not for
Yeah.
us.
so, all right, any questions from the board?
No questions.
No questions,
Bill?
thank you.
No questions, thank you.
Okay, any input from the public on this application? Anyone wish to be heard?
Okay.
Okay, I'll look for a motion to close the hearing.
Motion to close.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right, application number 8, Erin Hadelin for variation of section 156-15, seeking a variance for permission to retain a pool and shed garage. Property is located at 108 Sheer Hill Road, Mahopac, New York, and it's tax map 65.15-2-15. For the pool, what's required is 10 feet, what's existing is 1.2 feet, so a variance of 8.8 feet is being requested. And for the garage, it's a rear setback that's permitted to be 15 feet, 0 feet's provided, so a variance of 15 feet is being requested. Good evening.
Hi,
State your name and address for the record.
Erin Hadeland, 108 Sheer Hill Road, Mahopac.
Raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Okay, bring us through your application.
I'm applying for the variance because we want to make everything legal.
Legit. All right,
We
let me-
bought
let me-
this house.
Let me start with this. How long has it been there?
40-something years.
Okay.
Well, my in-laws built the house in 1977 when she was pregnant with my husband. We bought the house, they have both passed away.
Sorry.
So we moved in to take care of his mother, blah, 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 whatever. And then when she passed away, we bought the house, and now we bought everything that came with it,
And all the
including
problems.
the problems, correct.
I was up there the other night. It's pretty well screened behind the garage, and it's almost like, or shed, whatever you want to call it, and it looks like it's well screened from the other neighbors and the rear neighbors.
Yeah, it goes
Property
down to the
dips
bike path.
down, and it's, there's really no other flat areas. I don't know if anyone else got a chance to get out there, but it's almost like a natural spot for it.
It looks good.
So, yeah, I mean, typically we frown on zero lot lines, but if it's been there that long and no one's complained about it at this point, you talk to all your neighbors, I'm sure someone, if they had an issue, they'd be here. And we'll open up to the board, to the public next, but the board first. Any questions or
No
concerns?
questions.
No questions, thank you.
That's good.
No.
All right, is there any input from the public on this application? All right, I'll look for a motion to close the hearing.
Motion to close.
Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, application number 9, Jamie Davila, for a variation of section 156-15, seeking a variance for permission to keep existing pool deck. The property is located at 35 Stewart Road, Mahopac, New York, tax map 65.15-1-77. So the pool deck is, well, what's required for that side, your setback is 20 feet. What's provided is 12.4 feet, so a variance of 7.6 feet is being requested. And for the pool, it's also required to be 20 feet, but it's existing at 15 feet, so a variance of 5 feet is being requested. Good evening. State your name and address for the record.
Jamie Davila, 35 Stewart Road, Mahopac, New York.
Right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll ask the same questions. How long has the pool and shed, or the deck been there?
The deck's been there, when I purchased the home in 2015, there was an existing deck and pool deck, and the pool was there.
Okay.
I did redo the deck. The deck was pretty much falling apart about spring of 2016.
So it never got picked up on a title search, apparently.
Yes, sir.
So you're a victim of that.
The pool was legal, though.
I believe the pool was legal.
Yeah, the pool was legal, but when they put the deck to the pool, the
Right.
setback changed from 10 to 20.
The deck that was there previously was kind of convoluted. It was a deck coming off the house, and there was a little gap space in between, and there was kind of like a little bridge that went to the deck that was around the pool. It just wasn't reasonable, so, and it was falling apart, so.
Yeah, the
So
whole-
when I redid it, I just did the whole deck going straight out to the pool.
Okay, and again, I was up there the other night, and it's well screened on that side of the house. It's not too close to any of the neighbor stuff. We did receive a letter in support from Gary and Eileen, or Eileen
Yes,
Magliari at 31 Stewart Road, in support of your application, so that helps your case here. Board members, Julie, any questions?
No questions.
Bill?
No questions.
No questions, thank you.
No questions.
All right, any input from the public on this application? I'll look for a motion to close the hearing.
Motion to close and beat Navy.
Second?
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, application number 10 for Howard Pearl, variation of section 156-15, seeking a variance for permission to get relief from setback regulations, accessory building, carport, front and side. Property is located at 49 Traveled Way, Mahopac, New York, and it's tax map 64.11-2-32. The code requires or allows 15 feet for the side and 0 feet is provided, so a variance of 15 feet is requested. And for the front, 40 feet is required. What's provided is 19.5 feet, so a variance of 20.5 feet is being requested. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
State your name and address for the record.
My name's Thomas Nugent, 79 Austin Road, Mahopac.
Raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Tom, you can bring that up, or you can take the mic off and hold it closer to your mouth.
Okay, how's that?
Yeah, I think you can adjust that upward from that arm.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, how's that?
That's better.
All right, nice, okay.
All right, bring us through this application.
Okay, I'm actually here for Pearl and Yehuda next door for the
Well,
carports.
we'll do one at a time here.
Oh, okay,
It's just the same carport, that's why he's saying that.
Yeah, okay.
That's why it says 0, but anyway, go ahead.
yeah. So, Mr. Pearl had for many years
Tom, just twist, I'm sorry.
okay.
Yeah, just keep it closer to your mouth.
All right. Mr. Pearl had one of those movable garages, portable garages. It's gray with a arched top on it. It's like a tent.
Like a canvas, yeah.
Yeah. He had one of those for many years. His neighbor had one, and he wanted to replace it with something that looked a lot better, like a carport, and he didn't get a permit, so, or a variance, so that's why we're here. So,
So this is associated to the house across the street, though, correct?
that's correct. It's by itself on a lot, across the street from the Pearl residence.
Okay.
And so that was a reason for the carport. We also asked 6 of the neighbors if they would approve of this. And 2 had no objection. Others actually enthusiastically supported it, I think because it looks a lot
Do we
better.
have any documentation of that, letters or?
I just have
petition?
their name and address.
Okay, you want to state that for the record, or do you have a piece of paper you could submit for the record?
Sure, I have this here, but
Yeah. Does it
Okay.
have their names and address on it?
yes, they do.
Okay, you want to submit that?
Okay.
Is this going to be for the next application as well?
Go back.
You gotta use the microphone, Tom, sorry.
Because we can't hear you. Or she can't hear you. Yes, that's pretty.
There we go. The air shut down, so that'll help us hear you a little better. Okay, so he didn't realize he needed a permit to build them,
Right.
so he built them without it,
Built
which is
without the
a no-no, but that's why you're here. I'm sure that Dennis picked this one up. Okay, Dennis is doing his job.
Yeah.
That helps your case that there's probably no one here to oppose this, but we'll open it up to the public after the board members. Rose, anything?
Just a quick question. I noticed here it says that the paving was 6 feet over the property line. You are sure about your dimensions for the carport?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
The carport is over the property, so each of the 2 neighbors have a 0-foot setback on the same structure.
Oh, it's the same structure?
Same structure.
Would they not need to give each other an easement of sorts, or whoever's,
They each have a carport on their property with 0 setback.
so they must get along well, I take it.
Yeah.
I do. Yes.
Tom, the other question I have is, there's a shed that's not shown on the site plan, and it's right in between the 2 carports.
Yes.
I don't know if Dennis picked that up, but, or is it new? I don't
Okay.
remember looking new. You can't see it in any of the pictures, I saw it out there the other night.
Okay.
It's roughly, actually, I think I drew it on my drawing here. It's somewhere like right in between, almost where it says CB, it's like for catch basin. It's almost like in that crook between those, the 2 shed, or the 2 carports.
Yes.
So, I mean, at this point, we're not, it's not on the application.
The inspector said it's only about this high, and it's for
Yeah.
garbage cans.
Yeah, we don't count them, John. Their garbage pails are in
Oh,
there.
that's on the next one. Oh,
When that was in 2005, that was granted.
T-shirt garage. All right, so yeah, it's probably on the other property line. Okay.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
tackle that next then.
Okay.
All right, board members, any other questions,
No.
comments, concerns?
No
Any-
questions.
Anybody in the public have any input or questions on this application? There's no other property they could purchase to make it conform, right, obviously?
I'm sorry.
There's no other property you can buy around
Oh,
to make it
no.
conform? It's right on the
No.
road, so.
They're sharing it. I mean, they're good
No,
neighbors.
just
Been there to.
establishing a record here
Okay.
on the facts. So, okay, I'll look for a motion.
Motion to close.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next application is for Aharon and Naveed Yehuda for a variation of section 156-15, seeking a variance for permission to get relief from setback regulations, accessory front and side. Property is located at 51 Traveled Way, Mahopac, New York, tax map 64.11-2-33. The carport number 1 is allowed to have 40 feet. What's provided is 17, so a variance of 23 feet. Carport number 1 is allowed 15-foot setback. What's provided is 10 feet, so a variance of 5 feet. And for carport 2, which is the one we just discussed, 15 feet side setback is required with a 0-foot provided, so we'll request a variance of 15 feet. And that same carport for the front is requiring a 40-foot setback. What's existing is 19.5 feet, so 20.5 feet variance is being requested. Okay, so you want to bring us through for the record for the same situation here? What happened?
Yeah, he put up another one of those tents. They both had them, and in 1992. It was a one-car portable garage, and it was the same story. He wanted to get, it was in the same spot that the
So they
carport
basically
is.
built these structures in the same footprint where they parked the cars previously?
Yes, on this application.
Okay, so same thing, they didn't know they needed a permit?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a beautiful structure for a carport, it's almost like a garage with no sides. Mike, you would have to go inspect this once, if this gets approved,
Yes. They'll get a building permit and then a CO.
right? Because it looks like there's no connections to or footings. It's sitting right on pavers here, so, I mean, structurally, you might want to take a look at that. Unless the pavers were put on after the fact, and this footing's below, but I mean, it's a heavy roof to have no footing.
Should we have him put on the record for this one as well, for the minutes?
Yeah, we could do that. So, Tom, just state your name and address again for the record.
Okay, it's Thomas Nugent, 79 Austin Road, Mahopac.
Okay, representing, and you already swore you in, so.
Hey,
you're covered
John,
there.
Julie was looking at it, it looks like it does go through. It doesn't look like it's on the papers, it looks like it may
Yeah,
go through.
I mean, it was raining when I went out there, so I didn't spend too much time.
Yeah, just to note it.
Yeah, Mike, if you want to take a look at that. All right, board members, any questions?
No questions?
Concerns?
No questions, thank you.
Comments? All right, any input from the public on this application? I'll look for a motion to close the hearing.
Motion to close.
Do I have a
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thanks, Tom.
Okay, thank you.
All right, application number 12, B and V Realty Group for a variation of sections 156-15 and 156-47A1, seeking a variance for permission to expand 4 Curry Road and a future project at 6 Curry Road. Expansion of pre-existing non-conforming use, 156-47A1. The property is located at 695 Long Pond Road, Mahopac, New York, tax map 53.12-1-3. So the code requires or allows a rear setback of 30 feet for 6 Curry. And what's provided is 20 feet and 16.6 feet, so variance of 10 feet and 13.4 feet is being sought. Good evening.
Good evening, how are you?
State your name and address for the record.
My name's Joseph Modica, 695 Long Pond Road, Mahopac, New York.
Okay, and you're the owner, or are you representing?
Yes, I'm the owner.
Okay. Raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Okay. Bring us through the application, please.
Basically, I bought this property about 5 or 6 years ago, with intentions of keeping it rented out as an investment property. Since we've decided, my family, my daughters, my wife, we decided we want to move up to Mahopac from where we live now. My oldest daughter's getting married in 2 weeks. I'd like to expand 4 Curry Road first for my daughter and her new husband to move into. After I'm done with that, then probably about a year and a half, when I pay off the loan I'm going to use to fix that one, I'd like to do 6 Curry Road, and then myself and my wife would move up here also.
So there's 5 houses on this whole
So
lot?
695 Long Pond Road has a 2-family house and 5 cottages behind it.
5 got it, okay. Yeah, it's a pretty nice property, I was out there too. Yeah, definitely, these could use some TLC, for sure.
Yes. I already redid 2 Curry Road, the one that's right in front, the gray one at the beginning of the driveway.
Yeah, okay.
That one was done about 2 years ago, I believe we finished it, and people were driving by clapping, they were so happy that the property was getting better looking.
So that's the incentive, keep your neighbors happy, right?
Yes, definitely.
You did that work yourself, or?
I did some of the work, but I had a lot of help from Siraj, this gentleman right there, helped me get it all done.
All right, there's no other property you can purchase, right, to bring this into conformance? You're landlocked back there.
Yes.
So you wouldn't need the variance, so you can't buy the property behind you, someone already owns it.
No.
You notified all your neighbors? Any feedback, any issues or
Nobody had
concerns?
anything to say. The gentleman right behind me was very excited when the first one was done. He
Yeah,
came
wow.
in and looked at it, and
Is someone living in them both now?
not for Curry Road, that's empty right now.
That's the smaller one to the,
Right in the middle
the second
of
one
the
up on
three,
the
yes.
road? Okay.
That one's empty, that's the one she'll move into once it's completed.
Okay. Like you said, it's a good improvement for their neighborhood, so any board members have input or questions? Down here?
Questions? Thank you.
You guys good? Rose?
Can you just explain, 6 is up at the top on the left,
Yes, it's the highest one up,
and then 4 is,
in the
So-
middle.
6 and 4 are both part of the parcel? They're all part of the same parcel?
Yes, the whole
Which
entire-
is less than 1 acre?
Yes, it's just shy of an acre.
Okay. Do you know when they were built?
A very long time ago.
Yes?
I have no clue.
To me, they look like the old bungalow type of houses that, like,
Right.
people
I
used to
think
live
it's 40s or
in the
50s.
hills.
So this is a very unique circumstance.
Very unique. This has been operating for a long time. The previous owner cleaned a few of them up, but not really, it was somewhat cleaned up, but not to this degree. He's doing a lot more work done, and that's why they're here for the variance.
Okay. These have a septic system, one septic system?
No, each has its own, whatever's been there, yeah, it has its own septic, each one.
Each has its own, okay,
That'll be ECB.
I guess that's it.
Yeah,
If they increase any bedroom counts, they would have to go to the Putnam County Department of Health.
Right.
As long as they keep with what's there, they're allowed to do it without going over.
But
You
now
have-
that they're expanding, they have to go to
No,
Department
not unless they expand bedrooms.
Okay,
So if you had a one-bedroom and you replace it with a one-bedroom, it's a wash.
Yeah, it's gonna
Which I
stay,
think is-
all of
is
them are
the
gonna stay
case.
exactly the same.
okay.
You have one well that covers it all, or each house also has their own well?
There's 2 wells that cover the whole property.
Okay.
All right, any input from the public on this application? I'll look for a motion to close the hearing.
Motion to close.
Do I have a
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, thank
Thank
you,
you.
good luck. All right, final application number 13 for Urim Sealage for variation of section 156-15, seeking variance for permission to build a 2-car detached garage, which is 20 by 24. The property is located at 16 Rosemary Lane, Mahopac, New York, tax map 53.16-1-15. So the code requires or allows 10 feet on the side. What's provided, or what's going to be provided is 5 feet, so a variance of 5 feet is requested. And then for the rear, it's the same thing, 10 feet, and then the same exact numbers, 5 foot will be provided, and 5 feet variance is being requested. Good evening.
Good evening.
State your name and address for the record.
Purim Sulai, 16 Rosemary Lane, Mahopac, New York.
I didn't murder your name too bad, did I?
No,
Okay.
it was fine.
Raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So you want to build a garage. The house doesn't have one currently. I was
No.
up there the other night, so it's, I mean, if anybody else saw it, there's like a rock wall, and there's only so much room, but to allow for a 2-car garage, I think he has no choice but to be that extreme. But there's, it's pretty well wooded to the right side, and so, what's the need? You need to more
I
room
need
for
to
stuff,
move
for
5
cars?
feet, because if I move 10 feet, it's getting closer over the deck next to the house, so
Right.
I try to move away from 5 feet from the house.
Yeah, you
And
see that where that rock wall is, it kind of continues back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I make a big one, so at least not confused.
Yeah, it's very unique.
And then this is well wooded too, I think, to the next house on their property and his as well. There's no property you can purchase to bring this into conformance, right?
No.
Someone owns the property to the right of you, and so you really can't make it smaller to get a 2-car garage, so. Board members, any input?
No questions?
Down here?
No questions, thank you.
Come on, Rose, you gotta have something.
You know I do.
You gotta have something.
Are you gonna have plumbing or electrical in there?
I don't think so, plumbing,
No plumbing?
no.
So we'll condition it that there will be no plumbing?
Electrician, probably, yes.
Yeah.
Garage door opener,
I
lights.
will hire electrician too.
Workbench.
Yeah, that's fine. I have no problem.
What's going upstairs?
Storage.
Sorry.
No, you're all right.
No, that's a good question. Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot there's dormers on this.
Yeah, it's,
The point is, we want to make sure there's no living up there, no rentals, no, illegal apartments.
If I
No, I
want to
think
live,
Rose
I
is gonna
request a permit or variance again, or
You're going to have stairs?
they should have a stairs inside.
Okay, so
Inside?
just for storage.
Yeah, just for storage.
Yeah, there's some architectural drawings. I don't remember seeing stairs per se, or a floor plan.
There may be a need, because this was just added to the exterior. No, these are all, one-car garage, three.
looks like a high roof line, doesn't it?
Well, there's dormers on both sides.
Yeah, seems high.
It kind of raises a flag because you think it'd become a living space.
No, no.
Because of the way it's built out with dormers.
Believe me, I won't,
Gives you more headspace when you're upstairs.
Condition. Yeah, we
Yeah,
can condition
it's
plumbing.
it's already, so it's already established for the record, so. Okay,
Yeah, well, it's 19 feet, 10 inches. It's almost 20 feet high.
That's high.
Yeah, that's high.
Can you bring it down at all, the roof line?
I will try, but I think if you bring it down, then it might be smaller if you put storage stuff, let's say,
What are you storing that you need that much?
well, let's say if you have any tools, anything, like you put it out, or,
Are you operating a business in
No.
there? Do you have equipment for your, whatever business you're in?
no, I don't have a business,
You don't have a
just
business?
for myself,
It's not for commercial use?
no.
I would love to see that roof line lower.
I don't,
No,
I
that's
mean,
not-
Mike, it conforms to height restrictions, right?
Yeah, because I don't think we could do anything there if it does.
It's 20 feet on the
1910.
He's at 1910.
Yeah, I think you're allowed
Yeah,
20,
so
but I have to
he's
pull it
right
up.
there, Rose.
That is good.
I mean, if you're worried about someone building up there, we already, or living up there, we already established that.
Yeah, we'll
as
condition
record,
it.
so.
Condition it with no plumbing?
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
Maximum permitted height of a detached garage shall be 20 feet.
It's all right there.
so it's good. Okay, any input from the public on this application? I'll look for a motion, Phil.
Motion to close.
Second.
Julie, all in favor?
Aye.
All right,
That's it.
so moved. All right, that's it for our agenda.
Thank you.
So at this
Thank you.
point, we're going to allow no input from the public as we adjudicate the applications. Number one was a holdover. All right, application number two for Chang. I'll look for a motion.
Motion to grant?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, that's granted. Application number three, Albano, I'll look for a motion.
Motion to grant.
Second.
Se-
Seconded by Julie. Any discussions? Comments?
I think we made them all.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that's granted.
Next.
4, 5, and 6 are held over. Application number 7 for Capelli, I'll look for a motion.
Motion to grant.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
It's granted. Application number 8, Hadelin. Look for a
Motion to grant?
Second.
Second by Julie. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Granted. Number 9, Davila. Look for a motion.
Motion to grant.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Application number 10, Howard Pearl. Look for a motion.
Motion to grant?
Second.
Second by Julie. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Application number 11, Yehuda.
Motion to grant.
Do I have a
Second.
second? Julie?
Second.
Phil? Julie, Church Mouse?
Second.
I said it. I didn't hear her.
I didn't hear it either. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Application number 12, B and V Group, look for a motion.
Motion to grant?
Second.
Julie, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
That's granted.
Yours, Rose.
And finally, application number 13 for Sealage, look for a motion.
Motion to grant with the conditions that there shall be no plumbing and no living space in the area, in the set,
On the, yeah,
actually,
Within
or
the-
the entire,
in the structure.
in the structure.
Okay, do I have a second to that?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. I'll look for a motion to close the
Do we
meeting.
have any?
No, there's no
No.
minutes. You didn't have
No.
them
Motion to
prepared.
close?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you all. Have a
Have a
good
good
night.
night.
Good luck.
Everyone walks away happy.